Hello friends, you are again welcome. I am going to demonstrate the next practical. The name of today's practical is the study of effect of pH on the catalase enzyme activity. So for performing this experiment, first of all you should know the aim of the experiment. The aim of the experiment is to study the effect of pH on the catalase enzyme activity. Then for performing the experiment, the different requirements: plant material, fresh leaves of Sesbania, then glasswares like test tubes, panel, fresh H2O2 solution, hydrogen peroxide solution, 50% NaOH solution, 50% acetic acid solution, then pH indicator, mortar and pestle, muslin cloth, etc. So these are the requirements, including glasswares, plant material and chemicals for performing this experiment. Then preparation of extract. So there is a very simple method for the preparation of extract. You should take the fresh leaves of Sesbania, then wash the leaves with tap water, blot the leaves with blotting paper and weigh near about 20 grams of Sesbania leaves, fresh leaves of Sesbania. Take 20 grams of leaves in a mortar and grind these leaves in a mortar with the help of pestle. So this is the mortar. So you should take 20 grams of leaves in this mortar and with the help of pestle we are going to grind these leaves. Then add 20 ml of distilled water, stir it well and with the help of filter paper filter this slurry and obtain the plant extract. So this plant extract contains the enzyme catalase. So in this way, simply by taking the fresh leaves, 20 grams of fresh leaves and crushing them in distilled water and filtering with filter paper, this clear solution you will get, and this clear solution of Sesbania leaf extract contains this enzyme catalase. That means the source of enzyme catalase is this plant extract. So this is the method of preparation of plant extract. Then we are going to perform this test actually, effect of pH on the activity of enzyme catalase. So why you have taken the fresh leaves of the Sesbania? Because the green leaves, all green leaves contains the microbody. Name of this microbody is a peroxisome. So in this microbody, peroxisomes, the enzyme catalase is very important enzyme in this peroxisome microbody. So this peroxisome microbody plays important role in H2O2 metabolism as well as photooxidation in C3 plants. So these are the functions performed by this peroxisome microbodies. That means H2O2 to take part in H2O2 metabolism and to take part in photorespiration in C3 plants. So this catalase enzyme, which is found in this peroxisome microbody, plays important role in breakdown of this hydrogen peroxide. That means this hydrogen peroxide is produced as an end product in some metabolic reactions. So this H2O2, if it is accumulated in the living cells, it is detrimental or harmful to the cells. That means this concentration of H2O2, when increases in the cell, it is harmful for the cell. Death of the cell may take place or metabolic activity of the cell stops. So for this purpose, the neutralization of this H2O2 is essential. At that time, this catalase enzyme, which is present in this microbody peroxisomes, brings about the neutralization of H2O2. That means due to action of this enzyme catalase on this H2O2, the H2O2 is converted into water molecule and oxygen is liberated during this reaction. That means in this fashion, this peroxisome enzyme, catalase enzyme, which is found in this peroxisome microbody, plays important role in the neutralization of H2O2. So the effect of enzyme activity is controlled by the range of the temperature as well as range of the pH. That means this pH and temperature plays important role in the enzymatic activity. That means each and every enzyme requires appropriate range of pH. Some enzymes require acidic pH for their maximum activity. Some enzymes requires basic pH for their maximum activity. That means if the enzymes getting appropriate pH range, then the enzyme activity takes place. So for observing the effect of this pH on the activity of enzyme catalase, we are going to take 3 test tubes. Test tube A, test tube B, test tube C. And in this test tube, we are going to add, in first test tube, take 3 ml of enzyme extract, that means source of enzyme catalase. Enzyme extract means plant extract, leaf extract. Then we are going to add 50% acetic acid solution. Then we are going to add 2 ml of H2O2. That means this H2O2 is a substrate which is added in this test tube. Then if we measure the pH range with the help of pH indicator or pH paper, the first extract, which is added by 50% acetic acid, it shows acidic nature. Then in second test tube, we have added the same quantity, 3 ml of enzyme extract plus 3 ml of distilled water plus 2 ml of H2O2. That means the nature of these contents in the test tube are neutral. In third test tube, we are going to take 3 ml of enzyme extract and we are adding 50% NaOH2 solution. Then we are going to add the substrate 2 ml of H2O2 as a substrate. So after addition of this all contents in first test tube, extract plus acetic acid plus H2O2. In second test tube, extract plus distilled water plus H2O2. In third test tube, extract plus 50% NaOH plus H2O2 solution. That means nature of the first test tube is acidic, nature of the second test tube is neutral, nature of the last third test tube is alkaline. So what is the result if we add these contents in this 1, 2 and 3 test tube? So in first test tube, what is the observation? There is no effervescence of oxygen. When oxygen evolution takes place, when this catalase enzyme acts on this H2O2, breakdown of this H2O2 takes place into water molecule and oxygen. That means in this first test tube, why this happens? There is no effervescence was observed. No effervescence was observed because due to addition of acetic acid, the enzyme gets acidic nature. That's why due to acidic nature, enzyme doesn't show its activity. So in second test tube, we have added only distilled water. That means the pH of distilled water is neutral, near about 7. So at this pH, more effervescence of oxygen bubbles are involved. That means it shows maximum enzyme activity. And in third test tube, if we add the sodium hydroxide in this test tube, the test tube becomes alkaline, and at alkaline pH, very less effervescence of oxygen bubbles was reported. So it indicates less enzyme activity. So with this simple experiment, we can conclude or we can make the conclusion what happens in this experiment. Then finally we draw the conclusion, we write the result also. That means I am going to show you the exact test. So this is the set of test tube. in this test tubes, this is the first test tube. It doesn't show any effervescence of oxygen, that means no enzyme activity. In the second test tube, lot of effervescence of oxygen bubbles, evolution of O2 bubbles takes place. In this second test tube, it is indicated in this second test tube, that means maximum enzyme activity is reported in this second test tube. In the last test tube test less effervescence of oxygen bubbles evolves, it indicates less enzyme activity. So in order to verify the effect of pH on the activity of enzyme, we have performed this experiment and we have drawn the conclusion. That means the enzyme catalase, not only enzyme catalase, but any enzyme requires the appropriate range of pH. It may be acidic one, it may be basic one. The requirement of the each and every enzyme is different. That means some enzymes are requiring acidic pH, some enzymes are requiring basic pH for their maximum activity. So that's all about our today's experiment, study of effect of pH on the activity of enzyme catalase.